between the Saints and the D's. First up, let's go to the action early on at the start of the final quarter.
Start of the final quarter, St Kilda looking at a well over, having an impact on Melbourne's top 4 claims. They lead by 4 points. Up goes low at this second attempt, dumped it wide. Uze upended, spills wide, is still taken by Brown, who's been very good, comes back to White. Where's Green? Kicks it down towards half forward. Johnston came up, controlled it well. He's on the wing, swings it down towards the attacking 50. There's Green, strong tackle on Wakeland. Like a Tarantino movie. Delaney gets a hand pass away to Jones. Jones back towards the wing. It's backed out there by Stewie Lowe. And he's away. Pulls it back towards the middle. White will need to go. Coming over the top though, Nicholson. Brilliantly done. Releases James McDonald. Kicks down towards half forward. The mark is taken by Robertson. Johnson. It goes in that direction. Johnson's got it. And he's only 20 metres out.
He's an exciting young player, Travis Johnson, and a couple of weeks ago he had a great second half playing on the wing. Today he hasn't seen much of the ground. He's been on the bench. He'd only had 3 kicks down and 1 handball, but good work by Travis Johnson to find space.
Former #1 draft pick, who turns 20 tomorrow. Should kick this one and put the Demons in front. He's done it.
Well, there's no doubt the start of this last quarter the D's certainly wanted. Jeff White once again had a pretty good game. He's had 14 possessions, 4 marks and 15 hit-outs and 1 goal. Here we are, good football there by Alistair Nicholson to get that ball across there, KB.
Got it moving very quickly.
Did he right there off the handball there, and then we see Russell Robertson with great vision, took the blinkers off and found Travis Johnson.
Well, they finished with a rush last week in the last quarter against Sydney, Melbourne. They were very good, very strong. White from the centre square again into attack. Robertson claims it, 35 metres out, quick snap, bangs it through.
The Coca-Cola AFL Premiership Season 2000. Proudly brought to you by Victoria Bitter. Mitsubishi Magna V6. One drive in your hood. McDonald's. Catch, match and win. And Telstra. Making life easier.
Melbourne getting a dream start to that quarter with 2 quick goals, but they did come at a price. We'll have a look at this piece of vision now, and you can see Jeffrey White cutting across the pack, but inadvertently and accidentally running into his own teammate in Walsh, who was really KO'd. And at that stage, it did look very serious. White was proppy, but Walsh was taken from the ground. He's going to have a fairly solid headache for the next 12 hours or so, but the good news is he is going to be okay. So the Demons regroup. We pick up the action now, some 12.5 minutes remaining. Melbourne's lead has been cut. It's back to 8 points.
Johnson's on the half-back flank. Start on the bench today. He's had it 5 times. Clean bowled was Robertson. Gurgic just cruises to the ball. Green's going to be a target. The juggler. Wizards got it, lost it. Woden will kick a goal. He's pulled down. Great tackle by Zilla. Kicked off the ground by Green. Well, many chances went begging. But this man's kicked his 3rd goal. Green.
But other times during the course of the year, what happened to Woden has been construed in the midfield as holding the ball.
Yep, you're right, Dennis. Good call here.
Didn't get rid of it by hand or foot.
He just had to mark that, Max Hutchton, because Charles is going to take the mark on his chest. Well, I reckon you're right. I reckon that should be probably what's your opinion, Ken?
No, I would call play on, because I don't believe he had any opportunity. The moment you take the ball, in my opinion, doesn't mean that you've had prior opportunity.
So fine decision.
I think the umpires play that far too quickly.
Okay, anyway, 3rd goal to Brad Green. Been pretty good since half-time.
Big lick from White, directs it down to Powell. Powell's been very good, kicks inside the attacking 50. Hudson met solidly by Robinson. Wrestled to the ground, taken high. It's going to be a free kick to Hudson. Well, to say he earned, that's an understatement. Watch it again. Oh. there, and give me your wallet.
And the sun, Dennis, has completely washed out the scoreboard.
Yep, can't see it at all. That's the legitimate sun. As Lowe kicks it down inside the 50. Hall was up. Taken by McDonald, slips it a hand pass away low, is a bit stiff not to get the mark. Collins towards half forward. Woden almost juggles it out of the congestion, kicks with the outside of the boot, it wanders out towards left half forward. Here comes Farmer. Charles right there with him step for step, close to the boundary line. What an anticlimax, the ball's out of bounds. James McDonald staggers off the ground. What's this again, is that a mark?
Nah, play on, I think, Dios on that occasion, but James McDonald was carried from the ground by two trainers, and Liam Chelly's on the ground now for the D's.
So it was Hall who was up for the mark, and very close to being paid, I'm sure, as Knowles kicks it back to the wing, and White goes up.
Building the wall. Finds Leon Chelly. Demons. You just sense her getting on top. Penetrating kick inside 50. That's a strong mark taken by Wakely.
Oh, no.
To Charles, has had the big job today playing on Jeff Farmer. He's done it pretty well. The Wizards just kicked two. Hasn't kicked a goal since half time. Pops it out in front. Chance for the Saints. Moyle drills it and finds Aussie Jones. The opening goal of the game. They run hard, they make space, and Tony Brown, his partner in crime, has got it. They need this goal. They trail by 14 points. 10.5 minutes left in this final quarter. Kicked a goal in the third term, Tony Brown. 40 metres out. Floats it in.
He's kicked it.
Saints alive.
Well, they won't go away, the Saints, will they? They've had a go here today, no doubt about that. And that's one of their good players today is young Brett Moyle on the half-back flank. He's had 22 possessions now with 9 marks. He's used to the football, particularly coming out of back line's pretty good. Schwarz back on the ground now, and the mark from Darryl Wakelin certainly set that one up. A great mark by Wakelin in defence.
Oh, that was interesting. They were calling a defender back because Liam Chelly was actually leaning against the post, as we see Schwarz there, up against the padding, and I don't think I'd seen him.
The red padding too.
The red padding. Amazing. Urgent waving down there by the defenders as Woden applies a tackle on Baker. There were 2 loose defenders up at half-back, and somehow Liam Chelly had crept in behind and, like a chameleon, had put himself against the goalpost. But one of those lizards on a warm rock. Knocked out of there by Sierakowski, taken by Rigoni. High ball down towards the 50. They queue up. Knowles trying to fist away. Eventually it's slapped out of there. Socket Melbourne's way, but only as far as Hodgson. He strides away out of defence and kicks towards the outer side and Lowe. How will it bounce? Lowe traps it, but to the advantage of Rigoni, who is outnumbered 2-on-1. Rigoni comes away, short to Green. Green's on the wing. Goes for distance. Good kick, precise kick. It went a long way and got there as quickly as it could. That was a powerful kick, I think you described that as. It cut through the breeze and got to Powell. Sometimes they hang a long time. Not that one. We've spoken about the prowess of Green and his kicking. In evidence there, not just for kicking a goal, but getting the ball to its target over a distance and speedily. And Powell can be the recipient of that good kick and just about ice it here. It'll make it very tough for the Saints, but Powell not always reliable in front of goal, although this one splits the middle his second.
Well, that was just the kick to Stuart Lowe out in the outer wing there. Had to find the ball in the air so Stuart can make a contest, and it didn't. It went to the ground when Stuart was up against 2 Melbourne players. And I think, as Dennis said, the kick from Brad Green was a gripper. It went about 65, 70 metres to find Stephen Powell, who's had a great year this year in Melbourne since crossing the Western Bulldogs.
And news from the Melbourne rooms is that Walsh is fully conscious now, obviously concussed, but it's not a bad result. We'll keep you posted. He is up and about, apparently, so even better news.
Demons by 14 points. Brown on hands and knees. St Kilda, can they answer the challenge? Stewie Lowe with strength. Just tries to tap the ball. He needed some help. He needed some crummers. There's great tackling. He's caught. Stewie Lowe take a bow. Moyle comes away. Drills it. Barry Hall's got it. Well, Moyle is a very good player. Brett Moyle. Chalk that name down. There's an Orange Rising Star nomination already this year. Stewie Lowe also take about. Was a great chase and tackle.
Great tackle, Kev. Won that by Stuart Lowe. I mean, he was out of position, 5 or 10 minutes off the pace, and to track down Jeff White like he did was just brilliant play by the big fella, Stewie Lowe.
Barry Hall kicked 2 goals in the second quarter. They trail by 14 points. 48 metres out. Barry Hall, great kick, hammers it home. Saints within 8.
So a ball up inside the centre square, down towards centre half forward for St Kilda. Charles in the pits. There's the bounce. Low in front, knocks it down to his own advantage, then tries to hand pass the ball. Collins in the road though, across to Johnstone. Johnston towards half forward. Delaney overcommitted. Now a chance for McDonald. Anthony McDonald, possibly the best player on the ground, sets it up. Coming back with courage, Wakeland. Farmer couldn't take the mark. Baker got a hand pass to Wakeland. Across to the goal face to Blake. They did it pretty well, the Suns. They kept their heads. McLaren got it out to Carr. Or is Moyle? It's Moyle who kicks it up towards Carr. Carr had it fisted away. This is Thompson. Thompson on the wing, pulls it back towards Hall again. Ingerson got there first, only as far as Knowles. Takes on the tackler. Brown got him down. The hand pass ill-directed. Rigoni grabs it. Kicks it towards half forward. Schwarz is up. Couldn't complete the mark. Trying to come through Hunston. It's jarred out of there. Sierakowski at half back. Looks across the ground. Spots Moyle. Bounces obligingly for him. Nobody near him. Moyle kicks it down towards half forward. In front is Thompson. And that's a very good mark. Brown right there. Thompson's strong hands. He's 75 metres from goal.
10 marks to Moyle, 25 possessions. Barry Hall has got it. He's within kicking range. He's good 55 metres. Can he pump it in? He goes short. Aussie Jones is a target. Got rid of Whelan. Stewie Lowe. The crummer, 35 metres out. It was a big circle. It's a big goal. He's missed. The hands go up. The fans behind the goals thought it was home. Saints trail by 7. Stewie Lowe has been a tremendous player today for the Suns. 10 marks, 21 possessions. He's kicked a goal. 2 goals, in fact, coming in that first quarter. Big play, big mark. White, edge of the centre square to the half-forward line. Out in front was Green. Was that a shove? The ball's coming back.
You talk about the hand-eye coordination of players. They're tight. How was Powell there? Bounced off Green's chest and he just picked it out of mid-air.
Yep.
Watch this.
Good decision by Chris Mitchell. Blood will here on
Delaney.
On his head. Is that his red hair?
Now Brad Green has got the ball. He's too far out to score. But he's booted 3 goals. He started the game on the bench. And Delaney leaves the field. 20 possessions today.
A lot of these players think they're hard done by because they can't see the blood. Delaney looking at both arms there. They need to carry a mirror.
You just wonder, guys, why Sean Charles, if it was just a small, blood bleed, he'd just get him back on the ground. I mean, he's done a terrific job on Jeff Farmer.
5.5 minutes left. There's Sean Charles. He's back on the field. He's on the edge of the centre square, Doug.
Thank you very much, Kev. I thought he'd be back on Jeff Farmer.
Well, he's had the job on him all day and he's booted 2 goals on him. So it's a good point. There's the Wizard on the lead. McLaren's now got the task. Green goes short and finds Johnston. Thompson guards the mark. Schwarz in the goal square. Pushes off his opponent. The lead is on. Robertson's in front. He's strong overhead. Blake did very well. Got a good fist to the ball. White. It was a wild handball to Green. A quick kick. Caden beat them. Last line of defence. They trail by 7 points. They open it up. Tony Brown Scott. The run is on from Sean Charles. Comes to Zilla. The kick needs to be good.
It was too. Very precise. Charles has got it forward of the wing. Thompson runs hard. Rigoni gets back. Thompson again. That's 2 good marks to this area in the last couple of minutes. Aussie Jones on the lead. Melbourne sense it though. Getting in front. Anthony McDonald. His 30th possession. Plays on. High ball back to midfield. Green has to wait. Sierakowski flew over the top. In the back on Zilla. He'll get the free kick. Brown is loose at half forward. He chips it shorter. Sierakowski will mark a runner inside. Not required. Big Sira's away. That's ambitious. Farmer almost got him. Sierakowski's long kick. And it's marked by Wakeland.
Pull back.
And that's what they should have done before, instead of chipping short to Aussie Jones, who's 5'6", and he's got 3 opponents on him.
They've done that several times for Jones on the lead today. You wonder why they would do that. Now Wakeland's got the ball, sharp angle. It's a tough one. Wakeland. An important kick to the hopes of both clubs.
This will bring them to within a point, Dennis.
Yep, St Kilda today and Melbourne in the long term. Wakeland pulls it back too much with the outside of the boot. But behind, he missed to the near side.
You did right, KB, before about Andrew Thompson. Took a terrific mark. He tried to find Aussie Jones between 3 Melbourne defenders. You've got to go long. You'd stimulate the goal square. And of course, Wakeland come around the back.
One straight kick in the game. Melbourne looking for a top 4 position. St Kilda looking for a bit of pride. Ball goes wide. Robertson, he's on centre wing. Time clock ticking away. 3.5 minutes left in the game. Blake stands the mark. Robertson gets the hurry up from the crowd. Kicks long, he's looking for Uze, makes good ground, he's got it. He had 3 beat.
He's a big kick out of Uze. You think you'll get the distance in the 55 metres, even though it's late in the game?
I think he'll go pretty close. Kick the goal in the 3rd quarter. This will go right to the line. Stewie Lowe is right back on the goal square. Right on the line, right on the post. Uze unloads. Stewie Lowe tries to snap it through. Taken by Johnson, kicks a goal.
Most of the season St Kilda, but this will be a tough loss if in fact they go under, and it's looking that way. Inside the last 3 minutes, they trail by 12 points. They need a quick goal. Some more time will be run off the clock here as it's tied up alongside the centre circle. The Demons made to work today if in fact they're going to win this. If they do win, they'll move into 4th place. Wakeland applied a tackle. Trying to soccer it out Melbourne. It ricocheted back in though from Moyle. He proceeded to follow it and fall on top of it. Woden being pulled back as a spearman into defence. Schwarz is already back there. Interesting tactic. Meantime, inside the centre square, White beaten by Sierakowski. Johnstone. Hudson reaching over the top. Again, the ball doesn't come out. This is good for Melbourne. A lot of time being consumed. Johnston gets it across. The kick comes from Uze out wide towards left half forward. Robertson close to the boundary line, keeps it in, comes back to the middle. Oh, that's got to be 50 in a report, I'd suggest. Moyle on Johnston. Light and crude, and Johnston hasn't moved. And there was a bit of feeling after that last goal, down deep in attack, and Johnston, obviously, the man who kicked it, was involved. And the Melbourne players incensed, and with every right.
Very good player, Brett Moore, today. And
he has.
A silly action there,
Kev. He's playing his 12th game and 12th game of AFL footy, and he has played very well today, but this is a silly action. That's a silly action there. Yeah. That'll cost them 50 for a start and the game. And you feel for Travis Johnson too, because he's come off the bench and he's kicked 2 goals in this all-important last quarter. No doubt he's been recorded.
That's like a moving forearm. It was not just your...
Yeah, he's been taken from the ground, the young fella, Brett Moyle. It just appeared Kevin to be totally out of character.
Yes, that's right.
No signs, Dennis, of showing any malice or intent.
I saw him last week. He was so impressive.
Yeah, he's been a ball player all day to the kid.
Yes, he hasn't played so far in his career as an aggressive player, has he? He's just a young player who's shown a lot of talent, but
just silly, wasn't it?
He's just, unfortunately, let himself down on that occasion. And obviously Tim Watson has pulled him off the ground. He's having a word to him.
I tell you what, Kevin, Dennis, he's really been their best player.
Yeah.
I just reckon he's been terrific, young fella Moyle.
But any hope they had of winning, which was getting pretty slender, is gone now.
Yeah.
But as I say, there was something simmering after the last goal down there.
It was
I think that's a carryover from that.
I think they'll be disappointed in the coach's box and seeing a bit of mush in there. We can't read the lips through the glass, but no, there's still time. I mean, when you've got about 2 minutes left on the clock, you only need to kick a goal, and there's one. It's a one-kick game, isn't it? And we've seen so many games where it's so easy to kick a goal in a minute these days, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You know, sometimes 2 goals with a couple of minutes to go, the game is not over.
We were talking about the club trip early in the day, you and I, Dougie, on here. I think Moyle can start planning his.
Yeah, pack the bags.
Yes.
I don't think you'll see much of the year.
Second Melbourne player to leave in the neck brace. Yep. Peter Walsh is off the ground as well. Not Travis Johnstone.
It'll be interesting to see how the tribunal deals with that. A young player, and as we say, very much out of character, but as crude as you're likely to see on a footy field for a long time.
So this will be a certain goal to Melbourne. Bit of Banfield there with Tim Watson as we see Adem kicks a goal. He's second.
Well, I just wonder, KB, what you do with the young fella, young Moyle. Do you just leave him there now for the last couple of minutes, or do you bring him back on? I really believe this. I reckon he's probably been their best player. He's had 25 possessions.
Oh, he's been terrific.
10 marks. He's been outstanding today, and it was just. I want to say it again. It's just, to me, it seems to be out of character. I don't know how the young bloke goes about his football. I've seen today. He's been a ball player. He may get a holiday from that. He's been reported.
So Melbourne have weathered the storm, and it was quite a violent one at times. Up by 3 goals now, and probably that's an unkind reflection on the way the Saints have played. Cranich got it to Brown. It's kicked forward by Knowles. Woden's in the road, gets it across to White. White has been very good the longer this one's gone. Cranich stumbles after the ball. He's got it, bounces to his feet, comes back to Brown. Brown's on the wing, good chase from Powell. Beetham kicks inside the 50. Charles takes to the mark, plays on, turns around. And he's missed everything. I think the Gulliver's gone a long, long way.
Gee, I'm not quite certain why he would want to play on there with the kicking distance 20 metres out. The angle wouldn't have been too great, but by the time he just wheeled around, put himself on a worse angle.
Yep, on the boundary line, wasn't he? Sometimes that indicates a lack of confidence, doesn't it?
Good point, Dennis. But he's been a goal kicker throughout his career, Sean Charles, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And I think that's why Tim Watson probably put him down there, Doug.
To win the game, you're right, Kev. Yeah, try and win it, not save it.
Yeah, to catch a goal for the Saints. Schwarz, he'll take his time, and we'll probably see him just share the ball around for this last minute, last 60 seconds. So Collins decides to just bang the ball long, and a good mark taken by Cranich. Brown on the half-forward line, claims the mark. 2 goals today, Tony Brown. Spent a lot of time on the bench as well. Ozzie Jones pumps it long. Barry Hall's been good today. Battled hard up forward. Zilla had it, lost it. Pulled off the contest. They'll pile on top. Saints want a free. They'll get a ball up. That young man on screen there, Brad Green, jot his name down for the future, if not now. He's booted 3 goals today. Beetham. Some fancy footwork, smothered off the boot by Gurgic. Robertson. And Green gets the last kick, throws the arms in the air. Demons are in the top 4. 17-14, 116. Have defeated a very brave St Kilda, 14-14, 98.
Well, they certainly had to work. They've accomplished their goal, and their record now is 11-8. As Kevin mentioned, they have moved into the top 4. It wasn't easy. The Saints came at them with everything. 3-quarter time, the Saints still up by 4 points. Melbourne got the quick start in the last quarter. It stood them in good stead. Brad Green booted 3 goals. 2 apiece to Schwarz, Powell, Uze, and Johnstone. Johnstone along with Jeff White, or is it Jeff Farmer? Jeff Farmer. And writing. And as far as the Saints were concerned, McLaren got 4. 3 to Hall, who battled manfully on the forward line, 2 apiece to Brown and